Now on 4 News Now at 6, federal immigration officers accused of accessing Washington's flock camera network to track undocumented immigrants without local agencies knowing. We'll show you how they're getting around the state law.
Enjoy the crisp fall weather while you can. I'm tracking another round of wet weather on the way. I'll show you if it will be another rainy weekend in your First Alert weather forecast.
And the legal battle over the eligibility of one Gonzaga basketball player will break down the rules that could keep him off the court this season. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we begin with breaking news. An IT issue has forced Alaska Airlines to issue a nationwide ground stop. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Alaska says if you're scheduled to fly tonight, you should check your flight status before heading to the airport, and it apologizes for the inconvenience. This is a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more.
A Gonzaga basketball player is still in a legal battle with the NCAA over whether he can play this season.
Tyon Grant Foster was expecting to have a hearing in Spokane County Court today, but that was canceled as the NCAA moves to have the case heard in federal court. Instead, Derek Strom has reactions from the team and the player.
Kirsten and Derek, Grant Foster believes he still has 1 year of eligibility left to play for Gonzaga. Although his college career started in 2018, he could end up missing games for Gonzaga unless his hearing in federal court is moved to a sooner date. Tyon Grant Foster was expected to be a significant contributor to this year's Gonzaga basketball team, but now it's unsure if he will be able to suit up at all. Head coach Mark Few planned to attend Grant Foster's hearing in county court, which was canceled today. Few says the team and university is doing its best to support Grant Foster.
He's a wonderful, wonderful guy that has just a really, really tough, sad story that can be rectified here, and hopefully the right thing will be done.
Last night I saw him in the elevator late last night, and then that's when he had told me, and I gave him a big hug, and I was just like, man, just know that we're with you, and we got his back, and whatever he needs from us, we can be there for support.
Grant Foster played 2 years at Indian Hills Community College. In 2020-2021, he transferred to Kansas and played 22 games. Then he transferred to DePaul, but at halftime of his first game, he collapsed because of a heart problem. He missed the rest of that season and the next one, too. Since he only played a half, those 2 years don't count for his eligibility. Since then, the NCAA has also issued waivers for an extra year of eligibility to players that played at least 1 year in junior college and another year of eligibility for athletes who played in 2020 during the pandemic. In 2023, when Grant Foster was finally healthy, he transferred to Grand Canyon University, where he played the next 2 seasons. His attorneys argue, per the NCAA eligibility rules, only 3 of those seasons should count, and he still has 1 year left. In an Instagram story post last night, Grant Foster says he's being punished for a situation he has no control over. Grant Foster's hearing in federal court is scheduled for November 21st, meaning he would miss at least the first 5 games for the Zags. But Grant Foster's legal team has already filed a motion to have that hearing take place sooner. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thank you. And Grant Foster isn't the only basketball player finding themselves in the courtroom. Investigators today arresting Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and coach Damon Jones, with Billups and Jones facing charges for what investigators call rigged illegal poker games.
Fraud is mind-boggling. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery.
We'll show you how the FBI says the mafia and NBA insiders teamed up in a high-stakes gambling scheme and the high-tech tricks they used to cheat the system tonight at 6:30.
Well, by this time tomorrow, we will likely be seeing rain across the inland northwest.
Jason Valentine is in for Chris Crocker tonight with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Thanks so much, guys. And we're having a lovely evening, though. A little bit of cloud coverage coming in. A beautiful sunset for the Spokane region. Double nickel for Spokane right now. We're going to be even warmer tomorrow, and then we're going to see those temperatures take quite the dive. Clear skies, at least rain-wise, for our radar. But tomorrow afternoon is when we're expecting to see our first round of showers, and then we're going to see showers showers into Saturday and into Sunday. Also, our snow level is dropping like a rock as we head into our weekend. For Saturday, 4,500 feet, and then Sunday into Monday, it's going to be right around where our passes are. Stevens Pass in the west side of the state is expected to see some inches of snow, rain snow mix to some light snow expected for Snoqualmie Pass. Even for our regions, Monday morning could be cold enough to see a little bit of rain snow mix. Our high temperature trend tomorrow will be 60 above our average. Then we'll be in quite the valley. Look at that, 46 by Monday. So some chilly conditions on the way after tomorrow. Our evening planner, we have some cloud coverage in the region. You know what that means? We're going to see a little bit warmer overnight conditions, lower 40s, but do expect to see those showers, winds, and colder temperatures on the way. I'll get you prepared for those numbers and what time to expect that in my full forecast that's coming up.
Okay, see you soon, Jason. Well, winter weather is on the way, and one local group is making sure families stay warm.
And we'll show you how you can get your hands on a free weatherization kit coming up. And big changes could be coming to Minnehaha Park in northeast Spokane if voters approve a $240 million levy, while families in the area say the park has been in need of an upgrade.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Numerica Credit Union.
From your head and shoulders, down to your toes, and everywhere in between. Kootenai Health provides advanced medicine right where you need it, right here in North Idaho.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make players celebrate like winners, or make 2 move like 1. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Returning to Spokane for 3 weeks only this January. Get your tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's the final days of Chevy Truck Month. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Is there a sport your kids haven't suited up for? Luckily, when it comes to providing advanced care for your family, there isn't a sports injury Kootenai Health hasn't seen. Find your specialist at kh.org.
Crisp fall weather has families pouring into our Spokane parks, but some of those beloved green spaces are starting to show their age. This November, Spokane voters will decide on a levy that could help revitalize them, as part of the Together Spokane initiative, a joint effort between Spokane Parks and Spokane Public Schools.
And earlier this week, we asked you what you wanted to know about the parks portion of the plan to make sure you're informed before casting your vote. And one viewer wanted to know, what parks are we taking on and what is the goal? Alexandra Cohen-Yards has been following this all week. She has those answers.
A quality park within a 10-minute walk from your home. That is the vision Together Spokane hopes to make a reality.
My son loves coming to the park. You know, you can see he can be here for hours.
Gabriel Mwamba lives near Minnehaha Park. He often spends hours here with his kids.
Whenever I come here, I find a lot of people connecting with other people, which is very, very good.
But some in the community say the park clearly needs to be cleaned up.
Every kind of person uses this park and would probably more so use it if it was, you know, up to date.
According to Spokane Parks, Minnehaha Park is in poor or even failing condition. That is hard to miss. Its playgrounds are run down, there's graffiti on the walls, which is why for the people who live here, the idea of it getting an upgrade is an exciting thought.
Boy, that would be amazing.
Most of the park levy funding would go towards improving and maintaining the city's existing parks and properties. Minnehaha Park has been identified as a priority.
For the size that it is and the people that it draws, it needs upgrades.
Parks says if the levy passes, it will build a new large playground here, have more community gathering areas, and a multi-purpose field. While Minnehaha might get a full overhaul, the levy promises upgrades to every park in Spokane.
I think this is the best time, you know, it's the best time to take our kids away from the attention of other things. In here, kids find friends, you know, kids find families.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
And we're continuing to take your questions about the proposed levy. You can join the conversation on the 4 News Now Facebook page by commenting on our latest Together Spokane post. We'll keep answering as many as we can to help you stay informed ahead of Election Day.
To make sure everyone's voice is heard this election day, students at North Central held an event to make sure their classmates were registered to vote.
I feel like just that it is such a good opportunity to get involved in your community, and even like the smallest actions can have a big impact within your community. So really registering to vote is like the first step.
According to the Tisch School at Tufts College, the number of young people registered to vote between the ages of 18 and 29 dropped last year nationwide.
Some kids can fall under like cracks and things like that, where it's like, oh, my voice doesn't matter, or oh, I have no ability to change the way anything is. And I think it's important because obviously once we turn 18, we can have that say in what we want our world to look like and what we want our future to look like.
You can register to vote all the way until Election Day, November 4th in Washington. In Idaho, you have until tomorrow to register to vote online, and you can register to vote in person on Election Day. Law enforcement agencies throughout the country have their eyes on the road now more than ever. One of the ways they do that is through flock cameras.
Now, these cameras capture license plates and vehicle descriptions and create a database that law enforcement can use to track down criminals. There are over 18,000 of these cameras in the U.S., and each law enforcement agency can decide who has access to them. But a new report claims Border Patrol has gained access to some of these cameras in Washington. Madeline Mullins is live from one of these cameras in Spokane. So, Madeline, when and where were these cameras accessed by federal agencies?
Well, Derek, these flock cameras are typically used to search for stolen vehicles or suspects on the run. You can see that's one right up there next to that light. But a new report says ICE has tapped into several databases in western and central Washington in the past few months. From Seattle to Spokane, a network of flock cameras track drivers all across the state.
These are very powerful, broad surveillance technologies.
A new report by the University of Washington Center for Human Rights shows Border Patrol has accessed the databases of 18 law enforcement agencies. 8 of those agencies, including the Yakima and Richland police departments, had given Border Patrol explicit access to its database.
So agencies can individually enable or disable sharing with specific other agencies. It's kind of like a friend request.
The other 10 agencies say Border Patrol had access to their network without their knowledge.
It's certainly concerning, again, that these technologies are being used in ways that local agencies may not have full knowledge or control over.
Here in Spokane County, the sheriff's office has between 60 and 70 of these cameras.
Sheriff Knowles told the Spokesman Review in an interview that its flock system is not accessible to any federal or out-of-state law enforcement agencies, stating, "If in fact we have provided anything to federal law enforcement, it would be because of a criminal investigation." The Center for Human Rights says these findings are concerning because of how this may violate the Keep Washington Working Act.
State law prohibits collaboration by local law enforcement with civil immigration enforcement activities.
Now, this report also shows that in one case, Border Patrol was able to gain access to the Flock network by having another out-of-state law enforcement agency search on its behalf. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Well, it wasn't just federal immigration officers accessing these cameras. According to that same report, a police officer in Texas allegedly conducted a nationwide search of Flock cameras to track down a woman who had admitted to having an abortion. The report says law enforcement considered charging her with the crime this month. Reproductive rights advocates say they're concerned police in states where abortion is banned could use these cameras to track women traveling to places like Washington for care. Earlier this year, Flock's founder and CEO said it's up to local jurisdictions to decide who can access the cameras and how they're used.
Well, folks, hope you've enjoyed the lovely week that we have had. It is going to spin on a dime as we get to tomorrow afternoon. Cooler conditions, windy conditions, and rain is on the way. Mountain snow, a lot of stuff to talk about in my first alert weather forecast. I hope you stick with us on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cal Cars in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
The purpose of a city council is to represent its residents, to improve community life, and to guide city operations for the benefit of its citizens. So, how's your Spokane City Council doing? Our elected officials have forbidden police to stop public camping on our streets. Kate Tellis is also against enforcement. But Alejandro is for stopping criminal activity on our streets while offering real help to those in need. So please, vote for Alejandro to restore our safety.
This October, turn up the wins at the Kootenai Casino. Ride off in a new Yamaha Wolverine side-by-side. Earn entries all month, and on November 1st, one winner will drive away with the jackpot. It's easy to stay and play. Book one night and get another free with rooms starting at just $99 Sunday through Thursday, plus 2 breakfast vouchers. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY for details or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Walker's Furniture is celebrating Veterans Day this week at all locations.
Get some of the biggest store-wide savings of the year, including a double or triple sales tax discount. Or no money down, no minimum purchase, special financing for up to 5 years. Living rooms to bedrooms, dining sets to mattresses. Save big and make your home a space that everyone can enjoy.
And with sales tax discounts, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for the holidays.
During the Veterans Day sale this week at Walker's.
Definitely. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
All right. Thanks. All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Anything, and we mean anything, cuter than baby animals. Well, tomorrow on GMA, get ready for baby black bears, baby gorillas, and baby Asian small-clawed otters. Pinch me, this is just too cute. On Good Morning America.
I finally got my pumpkins.
Oh.
Why am I sharing that with the class? I don't know. It was very exciting.
Are they carved?
No. We'll wait until next week.
Yeah, I got some at Winco this week, and they're much cheaper than a lot of places.
Yes. I like it makes me so happy it's this time of year. It's so exciting, and we got more on the way. Let's take a look outside. It's going to feel very spooky this weekend. I think that's good, and the weekend before Halloween. Good Thursday evening, everybody. We are almost to the weekend, and we're right in the mid to lower 50s, cooling down, but still above average for this time of year. Sunset is hitting, and just a glorious day today, but a little bit more cloud coverage on the way as we headed into the evening hours. So a beautiful Thursday, yes. Calm conditions persist for the moment. Rain likely tomorrow, and mountain snow is expected this weekend. So our almanac, above average pretty much across the board, just a bit in our low, but 4 degrees higher than our average for this time of year. Sunset 5:47. Just want to remind you, in 2 weeks from now, less than 2 weeks from now, the sunset will be a little after 4:30 as we fall back an hour. So we're going to lose some of that sunlight. So, excuse me, chance of rain tomorrow for your Friday, 60% chance, then 90% chance as we get into Saturday. We're really going to see off and on shower activity into Sunday and maybe even Monday morning. And we're going to be cooling down, and the snow level is going to be dropping quite a bit as we move into especially Sunday into Monday. So we could see some snow on the passes, especially Stevens Pass on the west side of the state, maybe some rain-snow mix in Snoqualmie, and maybe some rain-snow mix for Spokane and the surrounding cities early on Monday. It'd be very light if it comes, but that could be the first kind of appearance of any snow. So looking at our forecast radar, tomorrow morning, we'll have quite a bit of cloud coverage for your commute. And as we head into our afternoon, we'll be looking at quite a bit of shower activity and pretty much a long band of showers that'll continue in the Inland Empire until we get to very late Friday. We'll get a little bit of a break into Saturday morning, but then shower after shower is going to be coming as we get into Saturday and as we get into Sunday. And again, that does incorporate some of that mountain snow. So if you're doing some traveling, especially to, say, Montana, do take care and keep an eye on conditions. So 31, our overnight low in Colville. Other than that, the region is going to be above the freezing level, and we're going to continue to be that way until we get to Sunday night into Monday, and then especially Monday into Tuesday, as we're going to start dipping quite chilly in our overnight period. Not much of a change for most of our areas. St. Mary's a little cooler than yesterday, but other than that, we're looking very similar to what we saw for our Wednesday. Current temperatures, lower 50s, mid 40s for Sandpoint, and 64 is still our hot spot for the Tri-Cities. So current winds, they are light. They're going to remain light in our overnight period, but as we get into tomorrow, when those storms start to hit in the early evening, late afternoon, we'll see gusts up to 20 miles per hour, and it looks like that will continue for the weekend. Quick look at our 7-day forecast. Cooler on Saturday, even cooler by Monday. Shower activity to start your work week, and then we're going to dry up. It looks like we're going to warm up as we head towards Halloween, 8 days away. So get ready for a nice morning tomorrow, cloudy though, and then those showers likely in the afternoon.
Thank you, Jason. Well, teens are riding electric bikes that look like motorcycles, but not all of them are legal.
Yeah, we'll explain which ones could get you a ticket in Coeur d'Alene.
And the government shutdown isn't just hurting federal workers, it's stopping home buyers in their tracks. We'll show you how the closure is freezing loans and leaving families in limbo.
It's another beautiful fall, sunny day here in the inland Northwest, but those cold winters are coming soon. Luckily, the folks at McKinstry and Snap are here to help you weatherize this season. That story after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
Last year, I found my daughter playing with a piece of foil, and my world stopped. The panic hit me. Fentanyl, her future, everything flashing before my eyes. Now, she's scared to touch anything on the ground. That is unacceptable. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and she is the reason why I'm running for City Council. I support Prop 1, and my opponent does not. I work to make Spokane more affordable for families and seniors and reduce homelessness with compassion and accountability. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and I ask for your vote.
Now that's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Granite.
It won't be long until the weather takes a wintry turn here in the inland Northwest.
That's why SNAP is trying to help as many families as it can weatherize their homes before the temperatures really start to drop. Mary Sheridan shows us how the free kits it's given away can help keep you warm.
Almost everyone who drove, biked, or even walked past the Catalyst building on Sprague today left with a bright orange bag. Each one is filled with tools to help you save energy and money this winter.
There's tons of weather stripping, there's window plastic, there's energy efficient light bulbs, night lights, there's draft stoppers, which are incredibly helpful.
Sarah Hofstee says SNAP used to go door to door handing out these weatherization kits. That's how she learned about this program.
I lived in an older apartment and needed, assistance, not just with, my energy bill, but also keeping my apartment warm.
Later on, Sarah joined the team at McKinstry, who partners with SNAP. She's helped distribute these kits for the last 5 years because she knows how much of a difference they can make.
I know that Spokane has a lot of older homes, so we really tried to target a lot of the South Hill as well because they've got those older homes that, need that weatherization. We are really just trying to target families in need.
And the folks at SNAP and McKinstry want even more families here in the inland Northwest to stay warm this winter. Normally, they make 600 of these kits to give away. This year, they made 1,000.
We just got into an assembly line and we just built the kits and we laid them all out up on the 5th floor and we're bringing them down as we go.
If you didn't pick up a kit today, SNAP says they have some more to give away at their offices. And if your home needs more intense weatherization than window stripping can provide, you may qualify for a full energy audit from the SNAP team.
We're able to tell you exactly what it is in your home that we can do to help improve your use of your energy and your consumption for the most part.
Reporting in Spokane, I'm Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Well, an emergency declaration tonight after a semi slams into an overpass on I-90.
We'll show you the damage and how much it could cost taxpayers to fix it. And NBA coaches, players, and the mafia all named in a federal indictment. We'll break down how investigators say they rigged games and stole millions.
And electric bikes are getting faster and cheaper, but also more dangerous. We'll show you why Coeur d'Alene police are cracking down on illegal e-bikes this school year. That's next on 4 News Now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Maybe your home project is possible. And maybe those unexpected bills are more manageable than you think. Maybe investing in your business is the right move right now. Because BECU is making it easier with reduced rates on loans for a limited time. So maybe all you need is a financial partner whose goal is to help you reach yours. Check today's rates at becu.org/great rates.
Tackle every job with power and precision this season with Pape Machinery Ag and Turf. For a limited time, you can get 0% financing for up to 84 months on a new John Deere 1025R compact utility tractor with 120R standard loader, all for just $249 per month. Shop online or head to your nearest Pape Machinery location to experience the unmatched customer service and support that keeps your operation running strong. But don't wait, this offer ends October 31st. Pape keeps you moving.
I'm a real wild one.
Life is wild. There's work to be done, adventure around every corner, and a truck that handles it all. The 2025 Ford F-150. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 2025 F-150 STX Super Crew 4x4 for just $329 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Returning to Spokane. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com today for tickets.
Don't let congestion take over. Afrin No-Trip. Wow, ridiculously fast nasal congestion relief. The wow is real. And now try new drug-free Afrin Saline.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, commonly marketed as toys, more kids are getting hurt on electric bikes and scooters than ever before.
And most families think they're legal just about everywhere, but that is not the case. Your kid could even get ticketed riding one to school. Hunter Bertram shares what parents need to know and how Coeur d'Alene is tackling the rising problem.
You think you could ride an electric bike in most places across Coeur d'Alene. However, not all electric bikes are made the same. Some even illegal to use in most of city limits. So police are going to start cracking down on those that are using them in places they shouldn't be. Electric bikes have evolved dramatically over the years, becoming cheaper, faster, and more dangerous. The hot commodity among teens, electric bikes that resemble motorcycles and scooters capable of hitting high speeds. This week, Coeur d'Alene police issued this warning. These e-motorcycles are illegal to ride within city limits. The reason why? Pedals. Electric bikes with pedals are legal. Scooters and bikes without pedals violate city law.
They're just as dangerous as giving your kid any other motorcycle or moped and letting them go wherever they want with it.
Police alongside Coeur d'Alene schools plan to crack down on students riding illegal e-bikes to school, starting with education.
If educating people on how to do it safely or properly doesn't work, then yeah, you might have to go the enforcement route, whether it's enforcing school rules on behalf of the school or whether it's enforcing rules of the road on behalf of the police department.
Continued violations could result in tickets. The bottom line, bikes and scooters without pedals will likely get you stopped by police in Coeur d'Alene. Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is now seeking federal funding to fix an overpass on I-90 that was severely damaged earlier this week. We've been telling you about this. Here's video of the damage left behind when an oversized semi hit this overpass near Cle Elum. Governor Ferguson signed an emergency proclamation today that allows the state to seek federal funding to help pay for the damages that exceed $8 million. According to the Department of Transportation, crews should be in the middle of demolishing the bridge. The DOT expects demolition to be completed by 8 o'clock tonight. Westbound lanes are expected to remain closed until early next week.
A lot of people are enjoying our fall weather, and it might be one of our last shots at it.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, maybe tomorrow morning and afternoon, because that's when the changes are coming, right, Jason Valentine?
They certainly are, and that bridge may not be the only hazard heading over to the west side for travelers, so watch out for that. Maybe some mountain snow as well. Good Thursday evening, everyone. We're getting close to that weekend. 55 and a beautiful shot throughout our area here. Just gorgeous out of our sky cam and radar, free and clear from any precipitation, but we do expect that to change tomorrow afternoon as we expect shower activity for the entirety of your weekend. 60% chance tomorrow, 90. You rarely see 90 on Saturday and about 60 on Sunday. And we're just getting into a pattern lately. The last 3 weekends, including this upcoming one, we have seen quite a bit of shower activity, so we'll see if that continues. Hopefully it gives us a break on Halloween Friday next week. So 60 degrees for your Friday tomorrow, the week before Halloween, 52 for Saturday, and then down to the 40s starting on Sunday. So chilly temperatures. It could get chilly enough Sunday into Monday morning and Monday into Tuesday morning. We could see some slight rain-snow mix in some of our cities, so we're going to keep a very close eye on that. So overnight tonight, we do expect to be a little warmer than we have been since we have some cloud coverage. We'll be in the lower 40s. For our lows, winds will be light. Should be a pleasant overnight period, but do get ready for more cloud coverage tomorrow, and that'll lead to those showers as we get to our afternoon. Can't wait to lay down exactly what you can expect for your weekend that's coming up in my full forecast.
Thank you, Jason. Spokane faces a domestic violence crisis with rates consistently higher than state and national averages. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men in Spokane are victims of domestic abuse. Federal funding cuts are forcing local organizations like the YWCA Spokane to scale back services despite growing demand. The YWCA reports a $500,000 reduction in funding this year, while helpline calls increased dramatically.
And a survivor tries to leave a relationship, that their risk of death goes up 70%. So we know that these services are crucial.
The YWCA's 24-hour helpline is on track to receive 6,000 calls this year, nearly 2,000 more than just last year. The organization has reduced legal services, staff, and youth outreach to manage budget cuts. Advocates say Spokane has many resources, but the system can be confusing for victims looking for immediate help. To watch Natalie Grant's full special report and a complete list of local domestic violence resources, head to KXLY.com.
Well, it sounds like something straight out of a movie. Rigged poker games, mafia families, and NBA players and coaches all named in a federal indictment today.
And federal investigators say more than 30 people are accused of illegal gambling and stealing tens of millions of dollars. ABC's Rena Roy breaks down the high-tech tricks they allegedly used to cheat the system.
From Las Vegas to Miami and New York, the FBI accusing the mafia, along with current and former NBA coaches and players, of leading an illegal gambling operation for years.
It's really something out of a movie. We've got Italian organized crime. We've got rigged poker game.
Federal authorities announcing the indictment of more than 30 people in 2 separate investigations, including Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and coach Damon Jones.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out.
Billups and Jones are charged in what federal prosecutors describe as a complex scheme to rig illegal poker games using wireless cheating technology. With tools like hidden cameras, these X-ray tables that could read cards, and these shuffling machines that had been secretly altered to send that information.
The fraud is mind-boggling. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery.
Billups and Jones accused of attracting victims who prosecutors call fish. Members of 3 infamous mafia families allegedly backing the games and taking a cut of the money, according to authorities.
The mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games.
Damon Jones is also separately charged in an illegal sports betting scheme along with Terry Rozier. Prosecutors allege they passed inside information to gamblers who used it to place wagers on NBA players and games. The NBA says Billups and Rozier were immediately placed on leave from their teams as the association cooperates with investigators and reviews the federal indictments. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, it's West Coast Conference Media Day in Las Vegas.
The Zags and Cougs both enter their final season in the conference, Jack.
You know, we have all the latest from how each of the 4 teams look ahead of this upcoming season. Stick around after the break to hear from the Gonzaga and Washington State men's and women's basketball teams.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. Come on, turn!
Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
The purpose of a city council is to represent its residents, to improve community life, and to guide city operations for the benefit of its citizens. So, how's your Spokane City Council doing? Our elected officials have forbidden police to stop public camping on our streets. Kate Tellis is also against enforcement. But Alejandro is for stopping criminal activity on our streets while offering real help to those in need. So please, vote for Alejandro to restore our safety.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com, vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Stanton Optical believes eye care should be affordable. Right now, for only $135, you get 2 pairs of progressives, plus all this. All that costs over $200 everywhere else. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing. Hit by a satellite.
We lost contact.
O2 supplies draining fast. Mission control, do you copy?
Ambushed at gunpoint, they stole his $600,000 luxury watch as he was getting into his car. Did this social media post lead thieves right to him? Next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Both Gonzaga and Washington State ready for their final season in the West Coast Conference this year. And we're going to start out with the defending conference champs with their intro to Media Day today. Gonzaga had a strong season with the WCC championship clinch, but they could have fared much better over the regular season, finishing behind rival St. Mary's by dropping 4 total conference games, including a sweep to them. The Zags hope they can use their improved front court to push for more wins. The amazing duo of Graham Ike and Braden Huff, backed now by Ismaila Diani, and then freshman Parker Jefferson in reserve. Head coach Mark Few spoke about the impact the backups have had in improving the whole unit.
Physically, they're really pushing each other in the paint. It's been, it's been athletic and it's been physical, to the point where it's occasionally reminded me of our 2017 team, which, just had a luxury of great bigs, and our practices were just absolute, physical Donnie Brooks. And I think it really, really prepped us well for the games.
On top of those guys, Few also shouted out Noah Holland, who walk-on, who helps make practice even tougher for those Zags. And on the Washington State side, they the era, year 1 had a pretty strong start with a bit of a lukewarm ending, finishing their season with a loss to San Francisco in the WCC tournament and another Vegas loss to end their postseason in the Crown tournament. Coach Riley spoke today on what lessons he's taking into his second season in Pullman.
Every day was new last year for every player, every person on staff, and I think just knowing what's coming, whether it's being at Washington State, living in Pullman, or coaching the WCC, just a lot more familiarity.
The Cougs opened their season against the Idaho Vandals on November 3rd and part of a doubleheader with the women's team. And the WCC preseason poll out today. Gonzaga defending champs. No shocker seeing them in first. St. Mary's, of course, close behind in second. Washington State's kind of in the middle of the pack in 6th. They finished 7th last season. And for the WCC preseason team, it's all Zags. The dynamic front court duo, VK and Huff, both making this short list. EK was an all-WCC first-teamer last season. Huff has never made a pre- or regular season all-conference team. Gonzaga women's basketball is no stranger to tough non-conference scheduling. This season playing 5 road games and a neutral holiday tournament against major conference teams like Indiana and Iowa State. The Zags also face one of the best mid-major programs in the country at South Dakota State. That's one of those 5 road games. And WSU women's hoops returns only 3 of 8 players who saw any starting minutes last season, and returners Alex Colville expressed excitement for the new roster of freshmen and transfers, hopeful to boost WSU to another winning season, especially without longtime starter Tara Wallach.
I think that, it was unfortunate that we lost a lot of players, especially like Tara, who was such a great leader on the team, but we have so many new incomers that are going to make such a big difference. The freshmen are all so uniquely special, and they all bring something amazing to this team.
The Cougs have an exhibition against Eastern Oregon this Sunday before their debut regular season game against, Idaho on November 3rd. Taking a look at the women's basketball preseason poll, defending WCC champs Oregon State take that top spot. Gonzaga, Washington State all right behind. And the newcomer Seattle U, they're rounding out the conference, sitting in 12th. And for the preseason team, we have 2 Zags and a Coug. Junior guard transfer Z Okuso and sophomore star Allie Turner making the list for the Bulldogs, and then Eleanor Villa, the sole Coug here. So a very busy day out in Las Vegas. We had those pressers all day, and the earliest one started was Portland was at 8:20 a.m. Went through almost 5 o'clock. So real busy day for us. They're going to go back to the Orleans Arena for that WCC tournament in March. Last ride for me. I know it's a long way till March, but it's a very fun one to go through it again.
Kind of cool to see 4 Northwest teams at the top of that women's poll as well.
Pretty awesome.
Portland in there as well. All right, Jack, thank you. Here is a live look at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. now, where lawmakers still have not reached a deal to reopen the government. For more than 3 weeks now, hundreds of thousands of workers have either been furloughed or forced to work without pay.
The shutdown will extend to next week as the Senate leaves town for the weekend.
Tomorrow, hundreds of thousands of hard-working federal employees will miss a paycheck and are going to struggle to be able to provide the basic necessities to live and survive.
Now, the main sticking point preventing the Democrats from voting to reopen the government is extending Obamacare subsidies.
I'll just point out the irony in Democrats holding the government and the American public hostage over a healthcare system that they created. The healthcare system was called Obamacare. Why? Because Democrats and President Obama implemented. And Republicans have always said it's a broken system.
Now, this shutdown is impacting seemingly all aspects of life, including the dreams of many homebuyers. Lee Waldman shows us how it's putting the brakes on an already slowing housing market.
More than 1/3 of home buyers across the country turn to federally backed loans in order to make home ownership possible. That's according to a 2024 report by the National Association of Realtors. This shutdown is putting those home buying dreams in jeopardy.
Of course, the government shut down, and so my lender got back in touch with me, and she said, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to close until the USDA reopens.
Chase Franklin had everything set for his move from North Dakota to Kansas, including a U.S. Department of Agriculture-backed mortgage to buy a home. Now that plan has come to a screeching halt.
There was a full gamut of emotions. I mean, there was anger, there was frustration. I mean, there was like, why is this happening now?
He's not alone. Anthony Smith, a senior economist with Realtor.com, says home buyers all over the U.S. are feeling the impact of the shutdown.
It will be a difficult position to be put in as a first-time home buyer because that's going to be really one of the biggest cohorts that are going to be impacted by this.
Before the shutdown, the skyrocketing prices of homes brought the housing industry to a slowdown. But the first government shutdown in nearly 7 years is impacting both rural and urban areas.
The housing market was definitely somewhat frigid, and so this adds more chill to a situation that didn't need any more cooling off altogether.
The longer this shutdown stretches on, Smith says the greater impact it's going to have on the industry as a whole and the more uncertainty it will breed. As for Franklin, he's got a clear message to the lawmakers in D.C.
Recognize that the decisions that you are making are impacting far more people than you realize, and that the decisions that you're making are also affecting voters who will remember this when it comes around to election season.
Smith's advice to home buyers is to stay the course, lean on people who have gone through this before, and have all of your paperwork in order when the government does reopen. In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
We're getting close to our final weekend before Halloween. Halloween 8 days away. We're having a lovely evening, but changes on the way in weather. We're going to be seeing some showers, some wind, and cooler temperatures. Let me tell you when you can expect that. My first alert weather forecast That is next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hurry in for a great deal on the most awarded SUV brand, Jeep. There's only one. During the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get $5,500 total bonus cash allowance on select 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door sport gas models in dealer stock. See your local Jeep brand dealer.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
You got the magic.
If you misplaced your card, slide to the right and the card's locked. Unlocked. The Chase mobile app has card lock, and it has encryption technology to help you keep your data safe. That's peace of mind from Chase.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make players celebrate like winners, or make two move like one. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Avamere Self Heal is so much more than just a home. We're enhancing lives every single day.
My home was heaven on earth, and now Avamere is heaven on earth.
Everybody's very friendly here and welcoming.
Come visit us and experience the Avamere difference.
Hurry in for a great deal on the most awarded SUV brand, Jeep. There's only one. During the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get $5,500 total bonus cash allowance on select 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door sport gas models in dealer stock. See your local Jeep brand dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
All right, welcome back. We've had a pretty nice run of gorgeous fall weather, but changes are coming.
And the spider web just appeared.
Oh.
Perfect timing.
Oh, perfect timing.
On our camera.
We're 8 days away from All Hallows Eve, so let's get you set. Let's take a look at Mr. Spider or Ms. Spider. Look at that, just beautiful. And we're looking at 55 right now in the Spokane region, 51 in Coeur d'Alene. And folks, we're looking at changes on the way, but I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful week. We've had so much sunshine and such really nice and calm conditions. As we move into tonight, though, we're going to be seeing a nice overnight period. Beautiful Thursday. Calm conditions persist for the moment. Rain likely tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, and then mountain snow is coming this weekend. So taking a quick look at our almanac, we are warmer than we usually are today. Right on par with our overnight lows, but I just wanted to point out sunset 5:47 today. In about 10 or so days, it is going to be right after 4:30 for our sundown. So enjoy the light as it lasts. So our snow level forecast. Tomorrow we're going to be at 6,000 feet. That's about normal, and then we're going to be dropping like a rock into our weekend. So what this means is the passes could be seeing some snow, especially Stevens Pass in the west side of Seattle. Snoqualmie Pass more than likely is going to see rain-snow mix, but could see some accumulation. And as we get to Monday, we could be seeing even a little bit of rain-snow mix in our cities, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be very light, though, if it comes. So take a look at our forecast radar as we move into Friday morning, tomorrow morning. We're going to see, again, we're starting to see it tonight, more cloud coverage coming in. But as we head into the late afternoon hours, we're going to have quite a band of shower activity, and there's going to be some heavy rain in that, the yellow. But as we move into the overnight period, we'll see it end midnight, 1 a.m. or so. As we get into our Saturday, look at this heavy showers. When you start to see the red, that is very heavy rain, and it also could be a little bit of electricity in there. We'll keep an eye out for that. And again, if you're doing any traveling over the passes, make sure you check the current conditions and be prepared for a long drive. So our overnight lows, 31 for Colville, under the freezing level. Other than that, all of our areas are going to be above the freezing level. Keep an eye out, though, for Sunday into Monday and Monday into Tuesday. We're going to see some very chilly temperatures overnight. 24-hour change, not too much for our area, pretty much on par. We're going to be slightly warmer tomorrow. We're in mostly the 50s, a few 40s in there. Our hot spot, Tri-Cities at 64, Double Nickel for Spokane, 51 for Coeur d'Alene. Not much wind to talk about. It has been calm for the past couple of days and overnight as well. But as we get to the storm tomorrow, and it's going to continue into our weekend, expect gusts at times up to 20 miles per hour. Not too blustery, but still breezy enough. 7-day forecast. All right, tomorrow we have a nice morning. It's going to be dry, and then showers in the afternoon. Showers through possibly Monday morning, where that chance of rain-snow mix is possible. Overnight lows getting very chilly, but it looks like we're going to have a bit of a warming trend as Kitty is there because we're 8 days away from Halloween. Looks like it might be a little bit warmer. Tomorrow, a nice morning, showers in the afternoon.
All right, Jason, thank you. As the mountains begin to fill with snow, anyone in need of some new skiing or snowboarding gear will want to check out the Mount Spokane Ski Patrol Ski Swap this weekend. It'll be held, as always, at the Spokane County Fairgrounds and Expo Center on the 25th and the 26th. You'll be able to find thousands of new and used skis, snowboards, clothing, and even children's gear. Admission is just $5.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Out here, no one hands you anything. Every log milled, every board stacked. That's all you. And your checking account should work just as hard. Ascend Checking from P1FCU earns you 3.5% APY with no monthly fees. No gimmicks, just rewards for the work you're already doing. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Last year, I found my daughter playing with a piece of foil, and my world stopped. The panic hit me. Fentanyl, her future, everything flashing before my eyes. Now she's scared to touch anything on the ground. That is unacceptable. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and she is the reason why I'm running for city council. I support Prop 1, and my opponent does not. I work to make Spokane more affordable for families and seniors and reduce homelessness with compassion and accountability. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and I ask for your vote.
My father's spirit, all is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come! Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise. Though all the earth overwhelmed too many times.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, new details expose security gaps at the Louvre Museum in Paris. How a misplaced camera helped thieves steal $100 million in jewels. Tonight on Nightside, starting at 11.
You know, the weather lately has been a bit of a jewel. I'm glad nobody's stealing it, but Jack Frost might be stealing it as we head into our weekend. So, folks, Friday, though, is going to be warm, a high of around 60 degrees, rain likely in the afternoon, gusts possible up to 20 miles per hour starting in the afternoon as well. Off and on showers into your weekend. Our average high for your weekend, Saturday and Sunday, will be around 50 degrees. So cooler temperatures and wet conditions on the way.
All right, Jason, thank you.
All right, we'll see you for Nightside starting at 11.